The Lebanon County Christian Ministries' mission is to provide food, clothing, and shelter to those that are in need. We do that with a Christ-centered focus. As an organization, we are a community-based nonprofit organization, but we rely heavily on our partners of churches throughout our community. We do that through a food bank, a clothing bank, and then our Fresh Start homeless shelter. Matthew 25 grant is an opportunity for us to just be blessed. We talk about many different blessings. We get blessed when we hear positive stories and outcomes from our guests. We get blessed from financial resources. We're blessed with volunteer time. So we don't really prioritize anything over the other one. They're all blessings in our ministry. But when we received the Matthew 25 grant, we certainly did not expect our expenses in the shelter to look like they do today. So it's difficult sometimes for people to understand that staffing and dollars to our people is really our programs, and that's where the impact is made. But we were faced with something we hadn't faced for really in the history of our time here with COVID, and all of a sudden the expenses really began to grow. I don't know where we would be if it wasn't for grants like the Matthew 25 grant. We since March have spent over $100,000 on hotel stays. That's a big number. Churches are going to change, volunteerism is going to change, but we need to work today to start to begin to plot that future, pave that road. So what the Matthew 25 grant has done in this past year has allowed us to survive and provide for our community. And honestly, at numbers that we haven't seen for some time. Our census is as high as we've ever seen it. We've got 50% of our guests are children under the age of 18 years old. And most of our guests are families, as you would expect in a family shelter.
I moved here from New York. I had a few problems in New York. I moved here with family, but then I ended up being homeless. And I came here. Miss Wanda and Amanda has helped me a lot. Thanks to Miss Amanda, I'm clean. So when I started here, I had no job. I lived here 7 years in Lebanon until I got here and I got to get along with Miss Amanda and Leslie.
Yeah.
They were real good. They help a lot. Because since I have a criminal background, I was having issues. But eventually, I landed somewhere where it didn't bother them too much. And so far, so good. I've been there 9 months already. Well, I am grateful for Brian, Amanda, and Leslie. They've been very, very, very helpful to me and my son. If it wasn't because of them, I wouldn't be here. And thanks for them pushing me, especially Amanda. I'm working and I'm doing good. I did what I had to do. Whatever they asked, I did. And look where I am now.
So Fresh Start as a resource for homelessness is we are the only family-based homeless shelter. So when somebody's facing a housing insecurity and they have a family unit and they want to stay together as a family, whether it be a single mom with children, a single dad with children, a family unit of a father and a mother and children, this is a place, and the only place that they can come that they can stay together as a unit. As a community, if we look at poverty or asset limited income constrained and employed, which is the ALICE, if we look at homelessness, if we look at the individuals that get walked into those categories, we need to lift those folks up because it will then make our communities better. And more folks employed, more folks then doing business in our community, more folks purchasing homes in our community, more folks renting homes and paying their bills. And for us, we are always looking to roadmap that out so that whatever we're doing is making an impact. And that impact is just improving the community that we work, live, and play in. So according to the 2018 ALICE study, 37% of households in Lebanon County lack the ability to afford the basic necessities of rent, and food, and childcare. That number increases to 59% when we look at the city of Lebanon alone. Those are numbers that relate into having a challenge with affordable housing. Lay on top of that our affordable housing need outpaces the affordable housing availability within our community. Our giving that we've been the recipient of is up. And it doesn't surprise me as somebody that's grown up in Lebanon County. This community is a community that takes care of each other. while it is up, so too are our expenses. So as a ministry as a whole, our free new meal volume is almost doubled what it had been. The food out the food pantry is becoming a larger need in our community. And as I shared, so is the hotel, motel expenses and the resources that we have been able to provide to the shelter. So while giving is up, our expenses are up, but I have the utmost confidence our community will continue to support so that we can come out better on the other side.